ladies and gentlemen. This is Mrs. Carlson calling from my house at 5 in the morning. I've got a pukey kid, so we're going to try this, see how this goes. I'm going to start off with a couple of equations. This is all review of everything that we've done so that hopefully you'll be able to work with me a little bit, get a couple reminders, and be able to work on your assignment even though I'm not there. So this is the first one we're going to try. I wish I had my key book with you so I could do one from your actual assignment, but I don't. So sorry about that. But this is the first one that we're going to try, and the biggest red flag that kids had when they were looking at equations like this is that we had a fraction, which we've dealt with before, but there's multiple numbers on top of the fraction, which we have not dealt with before. Lucky for us, we still treat it the same way. The thing is that when you have something up here on top of a fraction, it kind of is like the fraction kind of makes your own parentheses. So we're going to treat it like people in jail until we have, this warden just happens to be downstairs. He's still taking care of the prisoners, okay? I'm sure the sub has no idea what we're talking about, but I promise it's all math related. So hopefully you have this written down by now. If not, I'll give you a couple seconds. So we'll get rid of this fraction the same way that we always have. So if we're dividing by 2, the best thing to do is multiply by 2. But if you multiply this by 2, and I might as well do 2 over 1, then I have to multiply this by 2 and this by 2. I don't multiply these because they're in jail. They don't get a cookie, right? So I'm going to start off by saying, okay, well, if I have 2 and I'm dividing by 2, the nice part about this is that they cross reduce. And then bringing down this 5x minus 2. It's magically out of parentheses now, even though I just put it in, because there's no warden. There's nobody out there, so it can come out. On this side, 2x times 2, 4x. Negative 4 times 2, minus 8. Now remember, when we were looking for whether it was solution or no solution, or infinite solutions, we looked at these. And as soon as we were able to do this, we were looking to see, do they match? In this case, do they match? No, they don't. So I know for sure I'm going to have one solution. Remember, if you actually write down one solution, you're going to have to actually find it. So you can't just tell me one solution. You actually now have to find the answer on your assignment. So I'm going to move the smallest variable, which is this 4x. The opposite is minus 4x. Five x minus 4x is 1x. Minus 2 equals, and then I still have this negative 8 over here. I need to get this by itself. The 2's in the way of that. So I'm going to add 2, negative 2, positive 2. We have x equals negative 8, positive 2. The negative 8 is bigger. The signs are different, so we find the difference. Any questions? Can't ask me, so sorry about that. All right, I'm going through and checking my work. I'm going to do that really quick here, off on the side. Opening markers with my teeth. So I have 5x minus 2. Oops, that doesn't belong there. So this is negative 30 minus 2 divided by 2. That'd be negative 32 over 2. This is negative 12 minus 4. That's negative 16. Does that match? Negative 32 divided by 2, negative 16. Yep, that works. Got this problem offline. I thought the answer was negative 10, so that made me a little nervous, but it's 5 in the morning, so what do I know? Okay, let's try another one. I've got another one that looks fancy and difficult, so go ahead and write that down. Remember when we were numbering all of our steps that I'm first looking to simplify, put your hands up in the sky, right? So I have a big red flag going on over here that I need to simplify because there's 3 terms. There's an x term, but then there's just these constants. So because they're on the same side, I don't have to do the opposite. I can just combine them like normal. So I'll have 2x. My phone's saying move back to improve focus. 5 and minus 8. The 8's bigger. The signs are different. The difference between 8 and 5 is 3, and then it's a negative 3 because the 8's bigger. That looks a lot easier already. Now on this side, this goes to the question that we kind of had last time. What if there's a fraction, but he's in jail? What do we do about that? Well, a lot of times the warden will kind of take care of that, but we can't take care of this until he's out of jail. So we'll distribute, that's step 2. So this was step 1, this would be step 2. Distribute and do a little scoot. So we have 2 times x, which is 2x. And then we have 2 times negative 3 halves. If you can't get a picture of what that looks like, 2 times negative 3 halves. Well, that's not too bad. I'll just put this over 1 and cross reduce. Look what I'm left with. And remember, the whole idea behind what we talked about on, Thursday, is this is what we're looking for. You can't see my highlighter, but it's the idea that counts. And we see that these match. When these match, we have a sign that we either have no solution or infinite solution. And those are really different answers. So that's when we looked at the constants and we realized that this is a mirror image. Okay? So when many things are alike, or the variables and the constants are alike, and both sides look exactly the same as each other, that's a case where no matter what I plug in, it's going to work because they look exactly the same on both sides. Infinite solutions. I get to stop here. This is enough work. Is this enough work? No. This step here, though, it only took us 1 step, well, 2 if you break apart the sides, to get infinite solutions. And then you get to stop. That's the whole point. Trying to look for patterns so we can stop as soon as we can. Wow, you guys are doing really great. I can tell from here. Okay, last one. I know this looks icky, but it's not. It'll be good. Go ahead and write it down. Make sure you have your signs right. X minus 10 plus x equals. And make sure that this line goes all the way across because, yes, all of that's being divided by 2. Got some options here. The first option, though, is simplify, put your hands up in the sky, so I can notice that I've got 2 x's on one side. It's always easier for me if I put a 1 in there. It's easier to see that, oh, 1x and positive 1x. This negative sign has nothing to do with the x's. That's just the 10. 1x and 1x just makes 2x. And then we still have minus 10. Over here, you have some choices, I guess. Usually I would say get rid of the fraction first because we don't like it. But we also have two things that we can combine. Even though they're on top, they're still kind of within these fake parentheses that we can't see only because this Warden is, down here instead. So you can go ahead and combine those. That would be 16 and negative 18. So that would be, we have that 4x, but then you combine 16 minus 18. So that's negative 2. You also could multiply this by 2. You could multiply this side by 2 and everything on this side by 2. But we'll do this maybe. 4x minus 2 goes here. Except this 2 is still on the bottom. We haven't done anything with that. So then, trying to get x by itself, I need to get rid of this fraction next because we simplify, put your hands up in the sky. We would normally have to, so that's step 1 on both sides, distribute and do a little scoot. We didn't really actually have to distribute because the Warden's not out front. Then we simplify again, put your hands up in the sky, which we didn't have to, so we're all the way down to step 4. So we're going to multiply both sides by 2, but again, these guys are kind of protected still. Well, not protected, they're in jail, so they're actually kind of in trouble. But we're going to multiply this by 2, but we can't just do that. We have to multiply everything else by 2, everybody else who's not in jail. I hope this is not too shaky for you, I'm trying. We can put that over 1, cross reduce. So we have 4x minus 2 because these reduce to 1. Over here now we have 2x times 2, which is 4x. And then we have negative 10 times 2, which is negative 20. We're going to stop and reflect a little here. This is what I like to see. This is what I'm looking for. Yay, they match. The problem this time is that these do not match. And I can stop here. I can tell. These are going to cancel each other, and I'm going to be left with negative 20 and negative 2. Those do not match. So no match with the constants. No solution. Now, I could keep going to show you that it's true, but you can stop here. You're done. Oh, no, I did 2 colors. That's going to bother me. You can stop there, but I'll show you why. It's not hard to decide which x to move because it doesn't matter. They're both the same. 4x minus 4x. 4x minus 4x. 0 on both sides. Now we have this situation where negative 20 equals negative 2. That is not true. Negative 20 is never equal to negative 2. Because that happens, we have no solution. Okay, I want you guys to be awesomely nice to the sub. I want you to ask questions if you want. She has my answer key. I want you to work together and use your time, please. If you would like to do AM and move forward that way, that's fine. Just a reminder, I'm Mr. Gillis again tomorrow, so I'll be here but not be here. So I hope you guys all have a great day. Take your time with your work. Check it if you need to. Use each other. Help each other. And make today awesome. Bye.